Hello and welcome to Code Club. In this Code Club, we are learning how to create our own Pac-Man Zero game. And we are going to use this on the website Agent Cubes. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put in your web address, which is hourofcode.com/pm0. So I do have this link to the video, so if you just want to click on that, open it, we're going to get started there. And then once we're there, we're going to hit the Google Slides that's going to show us how to do this lesson. So we're going to hit OK. So this Google Slides has OK. There are How buttons for novices, which is us. And there's Show Biz buttons as well that help you see an example of that project. So we're going to hit OK. So we're an expert and we're moving on to the next slide. And so now we're going to go to our new project. So right here on the page, we're going to open, and it's going to open in a new tab for us. We're going to click yes, we're not a robot. And now we're going to create our own game. All right, so it's going to load for you. And once you're here, it has a video to get you started. So you can totally watch this video. It is just about a minute. But we are going to go out of that and we're just going to go through the first little bit of the lesson. So the first thing we have to do is we have to name our project. So we'll come back here and we need to create a name for our game. If you would like. You don't have to, because if you don't want to save it, you don't want to create an account, that is fine. But you can create a project with your name. So now we have to create our agent. So if you hit OK, it's just going to move on to the next slide, or you can click How and a video is going to pop up. So this slide I'm going to show you how to do, and then I'm going to let you continue that on your own. So we're going to go back to here. And so here we have our agents. So this is the characters that we want, the floor tiles, the walls, all of those elements that you need to create a video game. So down here, and I know it's not super noticeable, but down here in the corner, there is this agent button. So when we select it, it's going to allow us to put in different elements. So the first one we're going to do is a tile. And so you can choose what you want your floor to look like. So you can do marble, you can do metal, you can do fun, you can do make it look like an earth or wet paint or trigger, however you want it to look. And then I'm looking through, we have different types of tile. There's disco blue tile, there's gray tile, green tile. I think I'm going to do blue tile because it looks fun to me. So you choose the tile you want, and up here where it says name, you have to name it. So we're going to name this a tile or floor or whatever you want to call it, because this is going to be our floor element. So we're going to do, I'm going to actually name it floor tile. And then we're going to hit save. And now that element, our agent, is right here for us. So now we also need to build walls. So that's going to be the cube. And you can choose however you want it to look. I actually like this brick tile. I think it's noticeable that it's a wall. And since we are doing a Pac-Man game, I need walls for Pac-Man and the ghosts to run around. So if you wanted to, you can make this marble. You can do anything you want. But I just am going to use the regular brick. So once again, you have to name it before you can add it. So we're going to do walls. And save. All right, so now we have two agents. Now comes the difficult part. Now we actually have to create Pac-Man and ghosts. So there is a video that walks you through all of this, but I'm going to walk you through right now. So we're going to go to Agent, and we're going to use this inflatable icon. So you can choose whatever you want to get started. So this one's going to be Pac-Man, or Pac-Woman if you want. You could do the pink Pac-Woman, or the Pac-Man with just a bow, right? The Pac-Woman. And then we hit save. And that's going to have it, and it still is a bug, and we don't want a bug. But I'm going to add the ghost too, so we just have all of our elements. So this is just going to be a pie. Why not? And this is going to be our ghost. And I'm going to call it Ghost 1 in case we want to add in more. Alright, so once these agents, all of these parts are here, so we're going to start with Pac-Man. So if you might need to make sure, because the interface, if you use the default, it went a little bit easier for me. I tried this before we started the test session, and for some reason it didn't let me double click to see all the attributes. But we're going to double click, and when you double click, you get to see that this is a pie or something. So we're going to click on more tools, and we're going to clear the canvas. And now I'm going to change this color to yellow just to get started because this is Pac-Man. And so now I'm going to use this circle, and I am going to try to create, actually it might be better clear if we go a little further over. So as you can see, you still see this little blue line. So we're just going to try to create, still not right. The nice thing is you can just keep trying until you can get it to do the size you want. Okay, so to me that looks like a pretty good circle, right? Pretty good circle. So once you see and get a circle that you're happy with, then I'm going to come up to this paint bucket, and we already have our color yellow, and I'm just going to make this whole circle yellow. So now you can see in the box we have a yellow circle. So now we have to create its mouth. So right here we can do this polygon, and so okay, and we're going to have a space here, click, and here, click, and so now you can just delete that area. So you can hit the delete key, or you can go up here and you can just use your eraser and erase your that also. So we're going to make this all go away, all this yellow, because now we have Pac-Man's mouth. Ta-da! Now it's Pac-Man. So now I'm going to use change the color to black. And I'm going to use the pencil, and I'm going to draw his eye. So I think he needs to have a slightly bigger eye. So now he has an eye, so we hit OK. So now we have a Pac-Man, but he's still pretty flat. So we're going to inflate him. But I'm going to actually uninflate him real quick, and I'm going to do surfaces, and I'm going to do a front and back connected. And then I'm going to reinflate him. So now he's a little bit rounder. And now there's this distance button under front and back, and I'm going to pull that out. So now he actually kind of looks like a balloon. And I'm going to hit save. So now, oops, I put that under Ghost. So I'm actually going to change the name to Pac-Man. And then save. I'm going to save this name as Pac-Man instead, since I don't want to redo him into a ghost. 1, just so that way it doesn't like get mad at me. Ugh, still not letting me do that. So I am going to make it do what I want. Ugh, it's not letting me do that. So let me see if I can change this. Cancel. Okay. I think there's a way to do this. I just may need to show agent attributes. There's really no attributes. So we don't have anything yet for this. Just don't know why it's not doing. Okay, that's fine. So Pac-Man is now PM. So I guess I just couldn't do it because it's too close. So this one is gonna be like cancel. I'm gonna do Ghost. Yep, it's okay. We don't have any other worlds, so it's okay. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna double click, and it's gonna bring up the bug. We're gonna clear the bug. And now we're going to use the symmetry button. because what this is going to allow us to do is have our ghost actually be symmetrical. So we're going to use our pencil. You can change the color of your ghost, so you can do like pink or a blue or a green or a yellow, whatever you think your ghost color should be. So I have my blue, so I'm going to come down. You can see it's okay, it's not perfect. I am not the most wonderful draw artist person. So we have a ghost-ish outline. I'm going to fill it in with the bucket. And now we have to create some eyes, so we have to change this to a white color and use the pencil. And so because we're in symmetry, it's going to do the same thing on both sides. So I'm going to now change this to a dark color. Still using the pencil. Just going to do so now I have a ghost. I guess that looks like eyes. I don't know. I'm, like I said, they're not the best artist, but that's okay. And if you wanted to, you could do an outline around your ghost if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it on the bottom so it looks like it's there. So now remember we have to make this full. So I'm going to do front and back connected. I'm going to inflate my ghost so it looks like a ghost. I'm going to make some distance. I'm going to uninflate him a little bit because he looks a little too puffy. And now I'm going to hit save. So now I have a ghost and I have Pac-Man. So that is what this is supposed to do. So now we can move on to the next slide. So the next slide shows us how to do this. And so once you're done, you hit OK, and then you start creating the world. So I'm going to leave you now, but if you need any help, or if you would like to show us your worlds, then please post them for us, and I will see you next month. All right, bye for now.